A good man, Steve Obsitnik.
Hey, good evening. Well, I wish we had better news. We still have towns coming in, Greenwich and other areas, so we'll see where the final results go. I did call Bob Stefanowski and did congratulate him prematurely, maybe, but it looks like he has the numbers on his side. And I think it's important for us all to come behind Bob at this point. You know, we've been in a headlock by Dan Malloy for the last 8 years, and it's time to break out of the headlock and get behind him and take back this state. So I encourage everyone, you go home, to really kind of reach out to Bob, because he needs the help of all of us if we're going to do everything we can to get the property values up here, turn around the moving vans, and all the things we know we have to do. Look, there are 3 big passions or thread lines in my life. You know, the one passion of public service, which for me always was serving in the military. And I always thought it'd be an honor to kind of, you know, do so in government too going forward. But service to country has always been something that has been important to me. That, you know, my father, who immigrated here from Czechoslovakia in 1938, and my mom's parents, who came from Germany, they always said service to country is important. And a second passion for mine has always been building great, innovative companies, and I've done that for 20 years, and I'm proud of the things that I've done and the great people I've worked with along the way. And, you know, my vision was really to kind of get out here to build 300,000 jobs for the state of Connecticut, which is kind of where I think this state has to go. And my third passion has always been, you know, my family. The best decision I made in my life was picking my parents, I say. And I picked 2 really good parents, and they focused on education, hard work, you know, the role of religion in our life and everything else. And then those foundations have served me strong and have gotten me through a lot of things that are much more difficult than a night like tonight, being surrounded by friends and family. And obviously, you know, the rock of my life, my wife Suzanne Tager, and my 2 daughters, Caden and Kira. Suzanne always said when I came back to, you know, do these crazy journeys, she's like, life's about having an adventure, so just have an adventure. And you know, our vows were always to live, laugh, and learn together, and we've done that every day since we've been married. So we will continue to live, to laugh, and to learn together. So thank you, Suzanne. And Kate, and I won't call you out because I know you don't want any attention. And we'll go pick up our daughter tomorrow at camp tomorrow. But thank you for supporting, you know, me on this journey.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah. Look, so the biggest thing about life, I always say that life is not about transactions, it's about relationships. And it's the relationships that you form along which are critical, and I value those relationships more than most people realize. You know, first, this has been an incredible journey with a number of great Republican candidates going back a year and a half. And this last group of 5, I think I'd say that any of them are better than Ned Lamont or Dan Malloy. And I really believe that the ideas that we've come up with, and although the debates sit up there and talk about all they talked about was guns and whatever else, we've had substantive discussions, and I really admire the people I've run with, especially in this primary race right now. Staff and team, I mean, I think it's incredible what Dan DiVasella and Matt Joyner came together in a really quick time period where we had some barrels thrown at our feet by Hartford, if you know what I mean. And you know, we did an incredible thing, and we knew that our path to victory was going to be a ground game, not a TV game. And this team here knocked almost 40,000 doors, and we made tens of thousands of phone calls. And we said that this was not going to be won on TV. This was going to be won by looking at people in the eye and taking a message to people of why we are different. And was it big enough? Maybe not. But I think what we've done and spending time with all of you who've been out there with me has just been an honor. And I've learned a lot from each one of you in the ways that will stick with me. You know, the RV team, you know, Sean, yeah, we spent a lot of time talking and arguing and everything else. You've been tireless, getting up early in the morning and late at night, and I'm surprised we're alive, to be honest. And Wynn and John Puskar Sr. and Jim Maxfield, And Dave Hendrickson has just been this army or a navy of people driving this hunk of metal back here. We've laughed a lot, we've learned a lot together, and we'll still take some road trips on it, won't we, Sean? The volunteers around this, which has been just endless, the number of people reaching out who want to do more, and there's so many people early on who we met in a Sherwood Diner breakfast, and that kind of perpetrated on in so many different ways, and it's hard to call out so many individual volunteers and people who did so much. But I'll express my thanks over time as we continue to grow these relationships we have. Back to family, you can never say as much about that, but I will always remember, what my family has done for me, what you people have helped me through this process, this team, which is worth tirelessly walking doors, and the campaign, Dan, you taking time out of your life, and Matt Joyner, you taking a gamble when you had many other options. So, Oscar Wilde once said, we all may be in the gutter together, but a few of us are looking up at the stars here. And that's what's going on in Connecticut here. We may be in the gutter, but a few of us are looking up in the stars, and we cannot lose hope. Because the distance from impossible to possible always seems so far for humans. And what I found, if it was video on demand and pausing TV or helping to create Siri or some of these things which we thought, and people would always challenge us to say it was impossible. All of a sudden when it's possible, everyone says, well, they were supposed to have done this. And we have to realize that things may not be great here, but we have to shrink that distance from impossible to possible. And it is possible with the right leadership and the right policies. And that's why I believe I'm going to stand up tall, shoulder to shoulder with Bob Stefanowski, and I encourage all of you to do that as well. So thank you all for this journey. It's been terrific, and if you can hang out, great. I know bedtime's approaching for me at least, but it's been a terrific journey of a lifetime, and I would not have traded anything at any point in time. So thank you for your friendship.